And welcome back to another High Performance Living and High Performance Vet Pro Touchcast and podcast. And this week we asked the question, what have you done to rebuild a healthy gut colony after taking antibiotics? So that's a big issue for a lot of people. So when we come back, we'll discuss that a little bit more. And welcome back. This is Ryan Smith. And when we ask the question about what have you done to rebuild a healthy gut colony, most people never think about the effects of taking antibiotics, whether it be for surgery or for illness, and what it's really done to a lot of the good portions of your microbiome as well. So we want you to kind of think about how can I support good digestive health after taking antibiotics. So we've got 3 tips for you this week. The first tip is we want you to choose probiotic-rich foods and drinks that are going to promote digestive health. This would be things such as kombucha, which is a fermented tea, things like kefir, which is going to be either a water or a milk kefir. We're also going to have yogurts, as well as fermented foods like kimchi or different types of sauerkraut. And it's not just the fact that they're fermented foods, but it's what the microbiome and what the probiotic strains that we actually have within those foods and drinks. So we really want you to kind of think about that, and we want you to start taking in a lot of those once you are off your antibiotics. So our second one we're going to take is we want you to think not just about what you eat, but if you're somebody who eats lots of meat, whether it be beef, chicken, or pork, we want you to think about what you eat and what it ate as well. Same thing with fish. We have a lot of times when we have wild caught or when we have farm raised fish, what are they actually being fed? So we want these things, these animals or the fish, we want them to be more adept at eating what they would eat naturally, not something that they're fed. So we want you to think not just about what you eat, but what you ate. And then our third tip for the week is we want you to know where your food comes from and how it was raised. And then we want you to ask the question is, does it increase my personal performance? So getting things local for vegetables so that they're not transported a long time so we can actually keep the nutrient content high, as well as we may know the farmers that have raised it and have they used pesticides. What type of fertilizers have they used? Do they rotate their crops? Lots of things like that whenever that are going to come into play with what you're eating. So 3 tips. We want you to drink or eat probiotic-rich foods. We want you to think about what you're eating and what it ate. And then we also want you to know where your food comes from and how it was raised. And then ask yourself, does this raise my personal performance? So that's it for this week. Obviously, you can follow us on the blog. So over at highperfliving.com, you can actually go right on over there. You can enter your email information. Each week we have a touchcast and lots of other information, whether it be on Instagram, on the Tumblr blog, and you can follow along with us there. We'll be sending out different emails as well as some other products that we actually have coming up pretty soon. We've got some new things that are coming that we think you'll be really happy with. So we'll talk to you soon. Till next week. Live your life with intention.